y'all doing? And this is Nina. I thought I would jump on. I was gonna try to sit down earlier and at my home, but I was running out of time, and I was looking through. I wanted to start talking about, give some messages and have some discussion about light, what light means and what it says in the Bible about light. And it's very, but I was like realizing there's so much in there. It's probably going to take it's going to take a lot a lot of different videos to probably cover everything, because there's so much about light. It's a beautiful thing, God created light. He created light. And what is light? Light is the opposite of darkness. Light, it causes the darkness to flee when it comes to spiritual things. And Jesus is the light in heaven. He is the light to the world, and we are to carry that light inside of us as well. And of course, I'm not going to be able to talk about that driving, because I can't read the Bible, and I have to read the Bible and the scriptures because there's so much in there, and it's really good stuff. So, but I just wanted to jump on real quick on my way to work, and I wanted to tell you about, when speaking about light, I wanted to tell you about a vision I had many years ago, and I don't have a lot of visions or dreams. I have had a few through the many years, but this one I had when I was like my early 20s, and I'm gonna confess to you right now, I was not walking with the Lord at that time. And I was raised in Baptist and Methodist churches. My parents took us to church, and so I knew God, and I believed in Him, and I loved Him, but I did not understand Him. I did not understand His Word either. And when I was in my 20s, late teens, and like a lot of young people, I wasn't following God, and I wasn't understanding. That's the thing right there, lack of understanding. And so I can remember a time period that I was. I was really upset, and I was drinking a lot back in those days, and I'm making a confession here because it's a testimony, and our lifelong life is a ongoing testimony. So we should offer that up to people, because it usually can help people. But anyway, so I was upset because my heart was broken because of a guy. And I had been drinking a lot this one particular evening. I lived by myself in a small apartment at that time, and I just remember I had drank too much, and I went into the bathroom, and I didn't feel well, and then I just remember kind of blacking out, like I just don't even remember what happened, but when that happened, though, I had this vision. But back, at that moment, at that time, I didn't know what it was. I didn't understand what visions were, or that it could happen. I didn't understand the spiritual things, really. So I didn't realize it until later that it was a vision. And what it was in this vision is something took me, and I understand now was probably the Holy Spirit. Something like took me up, and rose me up above the earth, I guess, not the whole earth, but like rose me up where I could see. I was looking down, and it was showing me, or He was showing me things in people's lives. Now, in this vision, everything looked like X-ray vision, like black and gray, kind of like an X-ray, and I can see people living, and they're living in their lives, but I can see in some people, a lot of people actually had a bright light. There was a bright light shining from within them. There was a bright light, and these were the people that seemed happy. They were successful. they were living good lives, and back then I didn't understand it, but I'm believing that now I know these are people that were that probably knew God and were following their calling, using their gifts, and they were full of Holy Spirit, and they were living their life. They're living their life, and they were making a difference. They were doing good things, and they were healthy, and they were doing good, right? So, and these people had a very bright light. And then I saw some people, as I'm looking down, and this Holy Spirit was showing me, some people didn't have a bright light, but they had a light in them. It was a dimmer light, but it was a light. And these were the people that were, they were doing good. They were trying. They were doing some things good and some things not good. And they were perhaps they were in a process maybe of coming into their fullness, right? But they had a light, and they were okay, and it seemed like, but then there was some other people, and some of these other people didn't have a light at all. They were, it was darkness. There was no light. And these were the people that were in bondage. These were the people, see, this is what I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. These were people who were in bondage. These were people who were, had given up, who were, perhaps these are people who, I actually saw bars. I saw these people were in a jail cell. These people had bars, in front of them. They were in a cage, that's what it was. They were more in a cage. These people who were living in darkness were in a cage, and they were trapped, and they were no hope, no faith. It could be people who were in jail, people who were in prison, people who had totally surrendered to the enemy, to the demonic forces. These are people who were doing evil things. These are people that had just, some of them were, had a mean spirit, or a very, very sad, very depressed spirit, or very, people who might have been addicted to drugs, that's, they had no light. They were carrying no light. And, anyway, when I came, that's what I can remember about this vision. And when I came out of this vision, or when I woke up, or whatever the case might be, I found myself on the floor in my bathroom. I can't remember if I was totally laying on the floor, if I was leaning up against the toilet. I'm not even sure. I just remember getting up, and I'm thinking, wow, what was that? I just had no idea. And of course I didn't realize it until later. I'm just glad I didn't forget it. I think the Lord helped me remember that later on. And perhaps the Holy Spirit was trying to show me that that I needed to see, that I needed to have His light, that I needed to have God's light. I needed to live out my potential. I think those bright light people are people who are living out their potentials, living out their callings, their purpose. These are people who are, living out their purpose. Okay, our ultimate goal is to make it into heaven. Of course, we want to be in heaven with Jesus, with our Father. That's the ultimate goal. But while we're here, why not do something good? Why not be productive? Why do we don't want to be couch Christians? That's what I call them. Couch Christians. Christians are sitting on the couch, wait until the end of days, wait until Jesus comes. You could still be doing things. You could still be trying to make a difference, trying to help your family, trying to talk to people, trying to encourage your friends and your Christian friends, trying to just sprinkle a little bit of light here, a little bit of light there. It's there's no reason why we can't do something like that. So I think the Holy Spirit, the whole purpose of that vision maybe was to show me something, to show me that I I wasn't shining a bright light. Of course I wasn't. I was depressed. I wasn't living the way I was supposed to be living. I was turning alcohol. I was, trying to find love in all the wrong places, and just God forgive me, and He did. He forgave me for all my sins in the past. But I just wanted to bring up that vision because it concerned the light inside of us and the light that we carry. And I really do believe that was the Holy Spirit. I really do believe that He was trying to show me something, give me a clue. I just wish I would have cut on to it right away, but it took me a while. But the Lord is patient. Thank God. Thank God He is patient with me. I'm so grateful for that, as He is for many of us, right? And I'm very grateful that He's also patient with our children, our prodigal children, our prodigal nieces, nephews, and friends that we know. God is patient. He tries to reach out. He tries to grab hold. He tries to show us things. We just, hopefully we can pay attention, or they can pay attention, and get it. Sometimes you can miss it. Oh, Lord knows how much I've missed. I've missed a lot of things throughout my life. When I look back in hindsight, I can see how God tried to reach out, how He tried to show me something, and I don't know, I just totally missed it. A lot of those things that happened, or something that somebody said to me, I didn't really get it at that moment, but maybe I got it later on, much later. And but hey, the important thing is we know Him, we know who He is, we know we can trust Him. He's good, and we know we can trust Him. And we have to let people know. We have to let people know that He's here to help them, to be a bright light, to be their best. You can only really walk out and be your best with God. And am I there yet? No. I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. Okay, I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. Like many people. And I don't know if we ever completely become 100% in this world. We're just a constant work in motion, right? With God, with Holy Spirit. Anyway, I just wanted to bring up that vision, and I will continue talking about light and what it says in the Word about light. And it's a beautiful subject to talk about. And I had a little energy today. It's like, wow, I'd like to say something today, Lord. And also, I'm wearing this shirt here. It says, "Bring on the sunshine." Bring on the sunshine, because the sun is our light. Our light, the sun. Without the sun, we could not live. Without the sun, we'd have darkness. God created the sun, as He created all the stars in the universe that is also giving out light. So anyway, hope y'all have a good sunny day, although I think we're supposed to get some rain today. But right now the sun is shining, so have a bright sunny day. Be a light. Reading the Word about the Lord being your light. And hope y'all have a great day. Love you guys. Peace. Have peace.